has been one of the most fearful time of my life. Growing up, I always do things that will make my parents proud, especially in academics. They really have high hopes in me. And then one time I was talking to them about my suspension from school because of being caught. That time, all I saw was disappointment and anger written in their faces. It was agonizing to see how their hopes and trust shattered within just a minute.
What is the cause of the wrongdoings of students?
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
It all happened when I was in third year high school. That was the time when I met new friends. They were the coolest gang in the class. They're very funny, friendly, and very liberated. That was the time when I learned things I never thought I was capable of doing. I learned how to smoke, drink, cheat, and even cut classes without my parents knowing. I was aware that all of those things are wrong, but what dominated was the feeling of being cool and liberated. And all of those times were just happy moments. Then it came to its downfall. One day, me and my friends were caught with cigarettes in our bags. I wasn't afraid with the fact that I could be suspended or there could be any punishment that the school might impose on us. What I was most afraid of was the idea that my parents could be very disappointed in me. That was my biggest fear in life that time. I've been doing things to make them proud, and with just a single mistake, it could ruin their trust and make them disappointed.
What is peer pressure? Teenage years are the stage in one's life where they have to adjust with transition and change. We all know that none of those are easy, right? We feel the need to fit in, to be popular and adored by our peers. We become a stranger to ourselves. With expectation and aspiration comes pressure. All students knew this was true. The process of growing up was nothing more than figuring out what doors hadn't yet been slammed in your face. No child is immune to peer pressure. The ugly reality is that peer pressure reaches its greatest intensity at just the age when kids tend to be most sensitive and cruel. Activities of peer pressure. Causes of peer pressure. Primarily, jealousy. Because jealousy makes us want more than what we are capable of.
You want to be superior. You have the will of domination.
They don't feel like they belong, so they want it.
We become sensitive about our differences against others.
We feel insecure how we look, how we dress, or how other people would see us.
Effects of peer pressure.
Peer pressure leads us to wrong decisions that can affect us in our daily life.
It forces us to do things which we are not comfortable at doing, basically bad habits.
Depression state is very emotional and sensitive phase of our lives. Those who fight against it wins. But what about those who lost?
Because of extreme peer pressure, we feel like we are obliged to do what they wanted us to do. And that's how we lose our identity.
How to deal with peer pressure.
Peer pressure is really one of the problems of, particularly in high school with teenagers, and also in elementary, but mostly on the higher grade level, 4, 5, 6. Peer pressure, there could be a positive peer pressure, but then since it's a pressure, mostly it's a negative um, feeling for teenagers. I guess one thing that some of the things that a teenager could handle peer pressure for me is first they have to say no. They should learn to say no. Even though I know how important peer and also dealing with peers during high school, but then it doesn't mean that you have to succumb to the pressure of the friendship or of the group. If you think that it is not good for you, then you have to learn to say no. You have to have your own mind. You know, you should know what you want, and always believe that whatever your opinion is, you should have your own opinion. You should know what is it that you want, so that whatever the other people will tell you, it will not influence you, particularly if it is not good for you. So basically, that's it. You have to decide for your own self, and you have to really be firm in saying no to those influences that I mentioned before.
What I did is just self-realization. I know my worth, I know my responsibilities, and I know the things that I should be doing for myself and for my family. I took every chances and opportunities that I could have to correct the mistake that I've done. I studied very well, keep myself up in academics, and then I graduated with honors. And now I'm on my way to achieving my goal in my families, and that is to be a CPA.